In a small town in America, there lived a young man named Daniel Carter. Daniel wasn't born rich, nor did he have the best opportunities. He worked odd jobs to pay his bills, stacking shelves at a store during the day, waiting tables at night. But deep down, he carried a dream far bigger than his circumstances. Daniel wanted to become an inventor. He believed he could create something that would make everyday life easier for people, something that would outlast him and prove that even an ordinary man could leave behind an extraordinary legacy. So, in the little spare time he had, Daniel built. In his garage, surrounded by scraps of metal, wires, and broken tools, he sketched ideas, built prototypes, and tested them with hopeful eyes. But reality was harsh. His machines broke apart. His designs failed to hold. Sparks flew, engines jammed, and more often than not, his creations ended up in a pile of useless junk. At first, his friends thought it was amusing. They laughed at the sight of Daniel dragging another broken contraption out to the trash. Neighbors shook their heads and whispered, "That boy's wasting his time." Even his own family urged him to quit. His mother would beg, "Daniel, you're wearing yourself out. Why not find something stable, something real?" Each failure cut deeper than the last. Daniel began to wonder if maybe they were right. Maybe he wasn't smart enough. Maybe he was chasing a dream too big for someone like him. Night after night, sitting alone in his garage, with grease on his hands and disappointment in his chest, he felt the heavy weight of giving up pressing down on him. But one night, as he sat staring at another broken prototype, something shifted in his mind. He thought about every mistake he had made, the bolts that didn't fit, the gears that didn't turn, the structures that collapsed. And he realized something powerful. Every single failure had taught him something. Each mistake wasn't wasted time, but a lesson carved into experience. He wasn't starting over from zero each time. He was starting again with knowledge. That night, Daniel made himself a promise. If I can survive failing 100 times, then I can survive failing one more time. And so, he returned to his work. With each setback, instead of collapsing in frustration, he adjusted, he learned, he improved. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. His garage became his battlefield, and persistence became his weapon. Then, after what felt like endless struggle, it finally happened. One quiet evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Daniel tightened the last bolt on his new design. He flicked the switch, bracing himself for failure. But this time, the machine didn't jam, it didn't break, it didn't spark out. It worked, smoothly, perfectly. The invention that had haunted his dreams had finally come to life. For a moment, Daniel just stood there, staring in disbelief, his hands trembling. And then he smiled, the kind of smile born from pain, sacrifice, and relentless persistence. Word spread quickly. People who once mocked him came to see what he had built. Those who told him to quit now called him lucky. But Daniel knew better. Luck had nothing to do with it. What they didn't see were the nights he stayed awake when the world slept, the thousands of failures, the doubts he wrestled with, and the courage it took to keep moving forward when everything told him to stop. Daniel's story is not just about invention, it's about perseverance. It's about refusing to let failure define you.